This season of TMOG has come to a close, and we're ready for the usual two-part after-show finale. Even Farrah's gonna be there, but Amber's gonna be Skyping in because she's so late in her pregnancy. Dr. Drew prods them to talk all about each other, and Caitlin says this was one of the hardest years for all of them. Dr. Drew asks if they keep in touch with Farrah, and none of them do. In fact, even back when they got along, she never allowed them to talk to Sophia, which is weird. Kate is glad Amber got rid of Matt because she felt like he isolated Amber. She said she wouldn't have let him keep that Corvette when he left, though. Kate and Macy both said they haven't met Andrew, but he seems laid back and chill. Caitlin in her stripper heels is in the first segment. Dr. Drew questions her about Nova, and she says she felt like she put Nova through the same thing her parents put her through with the abandonment, so she felt really guilty. She tries to consistently pick Nova up from preschool, but Nova still seems scared she's gonna leave without telling her again, because every time she takes her to school now, Nova's like, "Don't leave me." Kate admits she was smoking weed for a while, but she stopped now, and this white guy in the audience makes his face like, "What? Weed?" Dr. Drew asks if Tyler stopped smoking too, and she's like, "Well, he supports me stopping, but no, not really, he didn't stop smoking weed." Amber Skypes into the show with a fancy background and talks about how she's still mad over what Gary said about her on the show months ago. She says she was drinking horribly after Matt left, trying to drown her sorrows, and that's why she wasn't around Leah. Dr. Drew actually sides with her. I don't know if it's because she's pregnant and he feels bad for her. He says, "I wouldn't want you around Leah during all that." And then Gary in the face cam is just like, okay, how about she just doesn't drink then? Even Amber admits that she was so mean on Marriage Boot Camp that she has no idea why Andrew was attracted to her. Yeah, neither do we. Andrew tried to elaborate. He said he was in the interview room when Amber was auditioning for Marriage Boot Camp, and he felt like she was refreshingly honest and he could relate to a lot of her problems. He also had substance abuse issues after his dad passed away and admits he had a DUI, but he doesn't talk about his heroin possession charge or his stalking charge, which are kind of the ones we're wondering more about. Dr. Drew confronts Amber on her unplanned pregnancy, and he's like, "How do you not get pregnant? I thought this whole series was about that." Yeah, kind of straight away from that, huh? The only one who hasn't gotten pregnant again is Farrah. Still, it seems like he likes Andrew, and he says he tamed Amber, which is the same weird kind of sexist thing he said about Janelle and David. Amber and Andrew aren't really thinking about marriage, but Dr. Drew thinks he might elope with her any day, because he's a hippie, and he's like, "See those dreadlocks? He's totally a hippie." Dreadlocks. Okay, Dr. Drew. Then Macy and Taylor come out. While Macy was on Naked and Afraid, Taylor said he was on 2 Kids and Afraid. Then they bring up Ryan. He still hasn't drawn a drug test. Taylor has no real relationship with Ryan, and he's really concerned that Ryan keeps threatening Macy in texts. He also never talks to Mackenzie. In the background, Ryan wishes he brought his old phone to show that Macy supposedly lied about texting him back when he asks her things. When Mackenzie does get on, she talks about her pregnancy. She said Hudson said he didn't care when she told him, and Bentley said, "Oh my." She also talked about how MTV edited her and Ryan's wedding to make it look bad, and didn't show the fairy tale parts like everyone else's. Then Dr. Drew moves on to Ryan. Ryan admits he was pulled over with drugs in the car, and he wanted to wait until his probation was over for that before he went for custody of Bentley. He talks about his stay in rehab, and he didn't think he'd be able to stay clean at first, and he only calmed down after about 10 days in there. He says the doctors who prescribed pills to him that started him on all this are all in jail now. He says he's happy he has Mackenzie and his mom and dad to support him, but he has trouble finding a therapist because supposedly they don't want to help a reality TV star and they want him to quit his job. And we all know he's not letting go of that money, or at least Mackenzie won't let him. Dr. Drew questions Ryan drinking at the wedding. He's like, "Well, does that mean you're really sober?" Mackenzie says he is, and that was just a special occasion. They don't have alcohol in their home. In the background, Taylor says, "Oh, they don't have alcohol in their home, but they were still drunk at the wedding." Doesn't change that. Ryan gets up when Macy comes out to the stage, and he refuses to even sit with her. They talk shit about each other in different rooms, and about why there's different stories about the texting back and whatnot. Macy says Ryan is deleting texts from her, and that's why Mackenzie and his parents think she doesn't respond to them. And honestly, I can definitely see him being sneaky like that. I think the problem was with Ryan, not really Macy. That's the end of part 1 of the after show, but part 2 will air next week with Farrah and more of Mackenzie and Ryan. Do you feel like Amber and Andrew are a good couple with good intentions? Who do you think's lying about the missing texts, Macy or Ryan? Make sure to subscribe for Teen Mom recaps every week.